that she's pitching with a lot of confidence after leading Arizona State to super regionals, falling short to the eventual national champions against Texas. She pitched well in that super regional and has continued the way that she finished her senior season at ASU here in the AUSL.
Maya Brady calls time before we see the first pitch so far today. Playing at the beautiful Hillsboro Ballpark. Just about 10 miles west, 10 minutes west of Portland. As Brady fouls the first pitch up and out of play. Another great crowd on hand today for this Father's Day morning. I say good morning off the top. It's a 9:30 local time start as we look at the Spark lineup. Brady and Wiz, two of their three Bruins in the top five of the order, have been excellent, tied for the AUSL lead with 4 home runs apiece. Brady shows bunt, falls behind 0-2.
Maya Brady's showing bunt there, but she can hit the long ball. Already 4 home runs in the season. Just one of the best athletes in the league and has started out so hot in this 2026 season.
Has a defensive highlight reel too in center field in this series alone, let alone the rest of the season. Still early in the year, Oklahoma City 4-4, Portland 5-3. You see the 14-game regular season hit streak dating back to last season when she was a member of the inaugural championship Talons team. There is strike 3. Brady goes down looking. Great start for Kenzie Brown.
This is a drop ball in the outside corner to get the best hitter in the league right now. This is not often that she strikes out, only the 3rd time all season, and you're not going to get her looking very often, but Brown gets the bottom of the zone with that drop ball, and that's an important out after Brady has led off both games with doubles. It's a leadoff hitter out.
Sydney Romero now, who takes ball 1. Has a 5-game multi-hit streak going. So if she were to get 2 hits or more today, it would be back-to-back series with multiple hits in each game of the series. Sid takes strike 1. Told me a couple days ago she was going back to Eugene after the game Friday night. So a little bit of work along with the job of being a professional softball player. You look at those last 5 games, 10 hits after just 1 in the opening series. She is also an assistant coach for Missy Lombardi at Oregon, so Eugene about 2 hours south of here. She went back after that Friday night game. 2-1, fooled her, and it's strike 2.
It was so fun talking to Sydney Romero in the field 2 days ago. It would have been on Friday. We had that off day yesterday, but the way that she's able to handle shortstop and multitask, talk to us, talk to her pitcher, her infield, just a leader for this team.
Hard hit ground ball scooped up by the rookie Cahalan, and there's 2 quick outs for Kenzie Brown. Emily Cahalan working with Sis Bates in the middle of that infield. 2 very veteran defensive players on the right side with Vidales at first, Sis at second. And then a pair of rookies on the left side. Megan Grant back-to-back starts at third base, and Kenley Cahalan, the everyday shortstop. Plus a rookie pitcher and a rookie catcher.
Really young, and then, you know, on the other side with Sis Bates and Tori Vidales, you have the veteran leadership, but so much youth on the infield for Portland.
1-1 count for Delaney Wiz, just 1 for 6 with a walk in the series. The everyday catcher right now for the Oklahoma City Spark, with Kinsey Hansen-McKenzie on the temporary inactive list. Pregnant, expecting her first child. This has the potential to be the cleanest start for the Cascade in any of the 3 games in the series, because game 1, Sam Landry threw a complete game shutout, but the first inning was really interesting. Stranded the bases loaded, so got into some trouble, and then Kelly Maxwell gave up a pair of runs on Friday night in the first inning, and still stranded more on the base paths. Brown trying to go 1-2-3. 3-1, swing and a miss.
Cascade getting comfortable on their home field, their first home series. And a couple days ago, you could tell in their home opener that everybody probably feeling a little bit nervous when Sam Landry took the field in that opening frame.
3-2 to Wiz. Got her swinging. 1-2-3 start for the rookie Kenzie Brown. What a bargain she's looking like with the 15th overall pick of the college draft.
It's going to be her cutter that was called. Looks like a rise ball, but up in the zone a couple of times to Wiz. They get the swing and miss.
Fine Sunday just outside Portland, Oregon. Here's the Portland lineup. Otis, Grant, Stewart, the top three in the order. Trio of extra base hits and 3 RBIs. The 4 through 9 hitters need to find something here in Game 3 against Maya Johnson if they want to win the series. Portland holds a 1-game advantage in the AUSL standings over the Sparks, so this would give them a 2-game cushion. These two will meet once more this season, but it'll only be 2 games in Oklahoma City. As Corby Otis is back in the leadoff spot. That's one other thing to note about this lineup. They've moved around the last couple games. They pulled Kendra Falby up to the top of the order in Game 2, but she goes back to her usual spot in the 9-hole. And Otis leads off the game with a rip into left field. And now Megan Grant, a deep breath before she steps in. We saw her blast a solo home run late in their Game 2 loss, trying to get that team sparked for a comeback, and takes ball 1 outside.
They've been throwing her a lot outside, trying to not come into her wheelhouse in the inner corner. Both of her first home runs here in the AUSL season were on pitches that were inside that she just crushed over the right field wall. One for 313 feet, the longest in AUSL history, and one for 294 feet. Hit a home run last night, or 2 nights ago, the opposite way. This off day is just gonna be kicking us when we talk about the last game, because it wasn't yesterday, it was 2 days ago. But did have the only run that was scored for the Cascade last game.
Had some opportunities, just missed because she was on deck multiple times, once with the bases loaded, another time with 2 on and 2 out, and neither time was able to get to the plate. And of course, ends up hitting the solo home run and walks here. So the first 2 are aboard. Otis to second, Megan Grant on first, for another one whose numbers probably don't represent how good she has swung the bat so far in the rookie Sid Stewart.
Yeah, we have a rookie versus rookie pitching matchup going on in this game with Kenzie Brown versus Maya Johnson. Maya Johnson has really been the ace of this Oklahoma City team. She has gotten the start in Game 1 and Game 3. They have leaned on her a lot. This is an all-rookie pitching staff that the Spark have, and she's been their #1 pitcher. They're waiting on a few pitchers to get back from the Japan League and that season to end and to rejoin this team, which will add some depth and experience to their pitching staff. Maya Johnson has taken the bulk of the load here. 22 innings pitched compared to the other 4 rookie pitchers on the team who have thrown a combined 28 innings pitched.
They did have a great performance the other day. The trio of Cassidy Kerr, Lindsey Grind, and Peja Gould combined for a 1-run win in 7 innings, and we saw each of them for about 2 innings apiece. Here's the chance for Sydney Stewart, with runners on first and second.
And Sydney Stewart has just not had a lot of luck, and the Cascade are trying to figure out how to shuffle around this order to get some offensive run production.
Stewart, ground ball, chance for 2. Cheryl steps on the bag, and they roll a pair. A crucial double play for Maya Johnson.
And what Maya Johnson's been doing so well as a pro in these first couple of weeks is keeping the ball down. When she was at Belmont, oftentimes she would go up in the zone to her rise ball. That was her most used pitch, but she has completely changed her game as a pro to go more down in the zone with her drop. which will roll ground balls like that to help her out of a tough spot. 2 on, nobody out, rolls a ground ball double play, and now I'll get quick 2 outs.
It's got to be disappointing too for an offense that has struggled early this season to have an opportunity like that, and now in a spot where they could get nothing in the first. Tori Vidales will try to make sure that doesn't happen. She's 3 for 6 in the series. Also hit her first home run of the year back in game 1.
I'd be really careful with Tori Vidales right now. She's been seeing the ball well in this series. You have Allie Newland on deck, who hasn't had a ton of ABs so far this season. And gets strike 2 here to put herself into a pitcher's count as Delaney Wiz took that one right off the mask, hoping she's okay.
She's going to walk this off for a moment. Ooh. Draft, but announced at the end of May she is expecting her first child, so won't play this summer. And Delaney Wiz has been thrust into the bulk of the innings behind the dish. So Delaney's ready to go. 2-2 count with 2 outs. And it's right back to work calling the pitches. Vidales fights off the screwball.
And you'll see Maya Johnson be a tough matchup for these right-handed hitters because she will throw consistently on the outer half to them with her screwball. So that pitch will move a little bit away from them and also at times move a little bit up to get swings and misses. But she really can mix things up. I think that Maya Johnson is so tough because she has command over 5 different pitches and can throw them in any count. She can go up with her rise, down with her drop, in with her curve, away with her screw, and change speeds very well.
That is low for ball 3.
A great take.
You seen enough in this series from Tori to think that the bat's coming around?
I think so. I really do.
3-2 takes ball 4.
I think that Maya Johnson pitched Tori Vidales very well there. Did not give her much to hit over the heart of the plate, and that's exactly what she should have done against a veteran hitter who's been so clutch in her career like Tori Vidales. I think that, especially with the lefty, Allie Newland stepping into the box now, it's just a better matchup overall for her in this situation early in this game.
Newland takes ball 1 outside. Played in just 8 games last year between stints with the Volts and the Blaze. She was a reserve athlete a season ago, but was drafted in the 5th round of the allocation draft this year. In the limited time last year, though, hit .368, 3 doubles, a home run, and 5 RBIs.
This is a player who's trying to work her way into the lineup. And if you get an opportunity to start in the rubber game, game 3, a chance early in this game, you want to show your team you're going to take advantage of this opportunity. To me, this is a big at-bat for Allie Newland. It's a big at-bat for the Cascade, trying to find an extra hitter, trying to find some additional offense to back up their strong pitching staff. Allie Newland has a chance to step up.
Pitch number 20 from Johnson in the inning is fouled away, 2-2. Portland bottom 2 in the majority of the main offensive categories in the league. Newland takes, full count. Newland, did she go? She did. Strike 3. Johnson strands 2 on the bases for a scoreless first inning.
A bit more toward Sis Bates there. That was a little scary for Sis.
First pitch swinging for Sydney Sherrill, and Kenzie Brown has retired the first 4 batters that she has faced, and she has had an excellent start to her rookie campaign. She's made 3 appearances now. This is her 3rd start. Had a complete game win over the Talons, where she only allowed 1 earned, and at the time set an AUSL record with 10 strikeouts. That has since been broken by Montana Fouts this week. But she was the 15th overall pick in the college draft. It just looks like a steal right now.
That's 15 out of 17 picks, just to be very clear. So she was with 3rd to last to get picked, and what an absolute steal because of how strong she's been throwing. I mean, she has just been absolutely dominant.
Now a trickler to the right side. Vidales flips to Sis Bates, and she cannot beat Bubba to the bag. Tori Vidales is looking at Taraya Flowers saying, let's challenge it, but we'll see. Or she might have said she did beat me. I think Tori was saying we got her.
She felt it, and it looks to me like she was right. Sis Bates is barely getting her foot right at the corner of the bag. Right there. So long as it does look like Sis's foot is touching the bag, her foot definitely beat the foot race with Bubba getting there.
After review, the call on the field is changed.
Remember, you heard that they said there's only 1 challenge remaining. It's different in the AUSL. You do not get any back. You get 2 for the game, and that's all. And then still, similar to the college game, once the 6th inning hits, the umpires can initiate a review on their own. So it's 5 up, 5 down for Kenzie Brown. And fools Jesse Warren on the first pitch for strike 1.
Here's that changeup.
That is the pitch that we have come to expect from Kenzie Brown to be elite. We saw it in Austin against the Longhorns, winning game 1 of that super regional.
I just think Kenzie Brown is just so good. She was in a senior class mixed with so many of the big names, Carlin Pickens, Nyjah Kennedy, Jordy Fromm, that I think she got overlooked a lot. And also her senior year at ASU this past season went through a little bit of an injury. So started out the season really strong at ASU, then went through an injury in March, and then got better in April, and of course in May toward the postseason, where she led Arizona State to the super regional.
1-2 to Warren, got her swinging. Kenzie Brown came to play. My goodness.
3 straight. They made a day out of it, got coffee before, dinner after. Some parents even joined them, and they had a little team bonding day on their day off.
It's beautiful here in the Pacific Northwest. Anna Camden also went out to see the sights, went out west to Cannon Beach yesterday, which I got the chance to see as well. Peja Gould is the new pitcher for Oklahoma City, and this appears to just be a new approach for this pitching staff, because we saw this the other day. They're utilizing the re-entry rules in the AUSL, which is that you're not done until you've been subbed out twice. So the expectation is that we'll see Maya Johnson again, which is similar to the college rule. The other thing is that Peja Gould, if she comes out, can also re-enter even though she's a sub in this game.
Yeah, so it's different from the college game, where only if you're in the starting lineup you can re-enter. Subs can also re-enter here with the AUSL rules.
You are not out of the game until you have been subbed out twice.
So we saw a lot of pitching changes from Oklahoma City in Friday's game, where they used Peja Gould, they used Cascade, and oh my gosh,
Lindsey Grind.
And Lindsey Grind. The mix of 3 that they kept bringing in and out made for a really interesting game, but it worked because it held the Cascade to just 1 run, which was the only by the Megan Grant home run.
There's Maya Johnson staying ready in the dugout, looking on. Glasses always going to be on. Doesn't matter, rain or shine, she will wear the sunglasses.
Well, and if you watch the Women's College World Series and Texas Tech towards the end of the year, their pitching changes reminded me of Texas Tech and what they did.
Here's Kenley Cahalan into the gap. Taraya Flowers sending Sacco Ferry from first, and she's going to score an RBI double for Kenley Cahalan.
Portland needs somebody to get hot in the bottom of the lineup, and why not Kenley Cahalan, batting 118 entering into this game, but just has the potential to be a above 300 hitter in this league with what she did her senior year at Florida. Plates the first run of the game, and the Cascade take the lead early by the rookie.
A chance to be a 300-plus hitter with some pop, too, which is what we just saw there into the alley for her double. Her first extra base hit of her career as a pro, and her first hit of the series. Now Sis Bates, Cahalan on second, and nobody out.
I appreciate the Sparks idea of the pitching changes and how that worked for them in game 2 on Friday, but with nothing but lefties coming up in this inning, I would have left Maya Johnson in for this inning. And then Cascade order came up, but I love that lefty-on-lefty matchup that Maya Johnson brings in the circle for this bottom half of the order that are 5 lefties in a row.
She has been their workhorse, as we showed you earlier in this game. We do have Sis Bates mic'd up today, so we'll talk to her live in the field at second base. Always fun to get to talk to Sis while she's playing. That has popped up to Sydney Romero, 1 out.
You're going to notice with Paige Gould in the circle, though, in relief of Maya Johnson, a ton of spin and movement. So we're going to have another pitching change right here, right now, which you got to be on your toes like we were talking about with what Texas Tech did late this season with Nyjah Kennedy and Caitlin Terry. Oklahoma City Spark have kind of taken that approach with the amount of pitching changes that they've made. I think that we're going to have another one right here.
And we will step away if they do. It looks like Cassidy Curd might be headed this direction, so we are going to get another lefty as Curd, who started game 2, jogs in from the outfield. The rookie, second pitching change for the Spark already. Cassidy Curd, the rookie out of Duke, enters this game. She started the other night, also re-entered into that game as well. Ended up going 2 1/3. Gave up just 2 hits, 1 earned on the home run by Megan Grant, but she was excellent.
All right, so third pitcher that we've seen for the Spark in this game already. And right now, I can see in left field Lindsey Grine and Ruby Malin warming up. So 5 pitchers on staff for the Oklahoma City Spark. And I have a feeling that we are going to see all 5. And I'm very interested to see how the pitching changes go from here on out, as we've already seen a couple of changes just in the bottom of the second.
Falby swings to the first 2 pitches and falls behind 0-2. Just, you mentioned the 5 rookie pitchers for the Spark. I mean, you're talking some of the biggest names in college softball over the last 4 seasons as far as the pitching department is concerned. 0-2 outside.
It's great that they're getting a chance to have a taste of the AUSL as they wait for Jalen Ford and Maddie Penta and Elena Vaughter to come back from Japan. And those 3 pitchers will be on this team and be a large part of their pitching staff.
Falby pops this up into shallow center. Romero tracks back and makes the catch. 2 outs. ESPN app. Talons are rolling, but they're dealing with some injuries as well. So that's an interesting series for the Spark and Talons. Utah gets to go home after traveling to Round Rock, Texas this weekend. Corby Otis at the plate, and that got her. So first and second, and here's one of those opportunities that it seemed like Megan Grant could not buy in game 2, but she gets one here with 2 on and 2 out.
Just barely clipping Corby Otis, but that is a big pitch to get Megan Grant up in this inning, and you know that that's why this coaching staff is going to come out and talk to Cascade and the defense about what they want to do with Megan Grant, or every time a coach goes out there, now I'm looking to the bullpen to see if we're going to have a pitching change coming up, but probably liking this lefty on lefty matchup here with Megan Grant coming up to bat.
The one earned run Curd gave up was the solo shot by Grant in game 2.
You know, thinking about the 42 home runs that Megan Grant hit at UCLA this past season, 40 came off of right-handed pitching. 2 came off of left-handed pitching. Now, with that being said, she didn't have a lot of plate appearances against left-handed pitching. Only 35 plate appearances her entire senior year against left-handed pitching for those 2 home runs, compared to 211 plate appearances against righties for the 40.
Takes strike 1 on the outside corner.
And if that is going to get called, that is exactly where Cassidy Curd needs to live against Megan Grant. We talked about this. Her first AB pitchers have been throwing her a lot outside.
Takes ball 1. You think about the names, the legends of the game that have played in that UCLA program. So for Megan Grant to be the career home run record holder at UCLA with 91 speaks volumes about the career she put together, certainly the last 2 years. 2-1 count.
Gonna try to continue to go to that curveball, see if they can get her to chase that pitch. A little bit off the outside corner.
Pops this up and out of play, and there was an ooh and ah from the crowd when she swung.
This is a great crowd that we have filling out this morning. I think everybody's yawning, got their coffee, maybe got here a little bit late, but seats filling up nicely for that 9:30 a.m. start.
2-2. Grant ground ball. This is going to get through into right field. They're going to send the runner home. The throw not quite in time. Cahalan scores, and Grant comes through.
Megan Grant proving that she is not just a home run hitter. Good 2-strike hitting by Grant to get on top of something and find a hole on the right side. Amari Harper did everything that she could to charge that ball hard in right field and make a play at the plate. But Henley Cahalan, good speed at second base to score the second run for the Cascade in this inning.
This has been their inning. In the second inning, they have outscored their opponents 17-5 this year, and still have an opportunity to extend that with Sydney Stewart at the plate and runners at the corners. Stewart grounded into a double play after the first 2 batters in the bottom half of the first inning got on base. That gets away from Wiz, and Otis is going to score.
Every run matters, especially with Kinsey Brown in the circle and how strong she has been in her starts. Finding different ways to score, taking advantage of this pass ball off the glove. But Delaney Wiz just cannot catch that one, and Otis scoots in.
.30 count for Stewart against Curd. And takes a 4-pitch walk. Already 4 walks in the game for this pitching staff, and a hit by pitch. And this is likely going to be another pitching change. Maya Johnson went running out of the dugout, out of the outfield. I don't know if she's relaying the information, as well as just probably staying loose. Lindsey Grine is marching out of the bullpen. This is one that the folks here in Oregon will be familiar with, having just finished up her college career with the Ducks. Tori Vidales coming to the plate with 2 on. We saw Tori's first home run of the year in their Game 1 win. That game was also being carried on Deportes, which was awesome. This is blasted by Vidales, and for the first time in Cascade history, it's a home run in their home ballpark.
Batazo inmenso hacia el jardín izquierdo. ¡Bum, bum, bum! Bambinazo de Tori Vidales para la calle y amplía la ventaja Portland. Cascade gana 3-0.
Jose Francisco Rivera and Ruby Rojas are Deportes commentating crew. We'll see them in a few days in Durham as well. See the numbers for Tori. Just 1 home run in 22 regular season games last year. It came in her very first game of the season, and then this year already 1 in 9 games, and the bat is starting to heat up for Tori.
Yeah, we talked about that in her last at bat where she ended up drawing the walk, but you can just tell that Tori is starting to see the ball a little bit bigger early in this season. Takes some time to knock off the rust, but that pitch that she hit out, I mean, fantastic calls by you and Jose, by the way. That was an awesome package that her crew put together, but that pitch that she hit out was at her eyes, and she hit it out of here. The crowd just absolutely erupted. Just a really special home opener that the Cascade had. They got to win that game, a sold-out crowd of over 3,300 people. Tori with the home run, Sam Landry with a complete game. It was just really special. The bottom line, it seems like Tori Vidales is heating up.
First and second, 2 outs. Lindsey Grind's first batter is Vidales. First pitch low, ball 1. Tori, the other day, we were talking to her in game, and she talked about Joe Evans for Oklahoma City, who recruited her, who she played for at Texas A&M. You did as well, and she said it's just a comforting feeling. Even though she's on the other side, she's with the other team, it's just comforting to have Coach Evans on the other side of the field.
I feel that way just being in the broadcast booth whenever we had Spark and Bandits last series, just showing up to the field and seeing my former coach, who I adore, just made me feel even calm, and I'm not even playing.
Ground ball right side, and Lee bobbles it, and the inning continues. Defensive miscue to load the bases. Second time Allie Newland has come up with some serious danger on the base paths. Last time it was 2 on. This time the base is loaded.
And she's getting pitched tough, but pitched outside a lot. We've seen that in her pinch hit that she had, or her pinch hit appearance that she had earlier in the series and her first AB here. That's a better looking swing. If she wants to find a way to contribute, she's going to have to find a way to deal with the outer half that these pitchers are throwing against her, and consistently finding herself hitting with 2 strikes, which is just making it tougher and getting her to chase at times off the plate.
Just 1 for 7 on the season for Newland. Again, fights this off.
You can expect to see up in the zone from Lindsey Grind. Her rise ball at all different levels is going to be the pitch that she goes to pretty much 90% of the time.
Started her career at Virginia Tech, finished at Oregon. Stays outside 1-2. From Mokina, Illinois. And she's had a really good start to her rookie campaign. 2.10 ERA, somewhat limited action, 6 2/3. Another foul ball off the bat of Newland.
Her job in this 1-2 count is to continue to make Lindsey Grind work, but try to stay on top of one of these rise balls. You know you're going to get it from Grind. Do not chase it out of the zone, and if you swing at one, try to hit the top half. Try to get one through the infield or find a gap in the outfield.
to Grind, who snags it and throws to first for the out. Lindsey Grind gets the job done. Strands the bases loaded. They do trail by.
Hear that, guys? Okay, I know what it is.
7-8-9 lead off the inning for Oklahoma City against Kenzie Brown, who has rolled through the first 6 batters of this game so far. And Amari Harper is the leadoff hitter.
Says, what has the energy been like for this home opening series here in Portland?
Yeah, it's been amazing. Our fans are unreal. Yeah, Tor! They are unreal, you guys. This is incredible. First day out, we were already planning, like, what are we going to do with the fans? They were ready to go on our cheers day one. It was honestly like the most electric I've ever felt at a game. It was insane. Yeah, kids, come on, baby. Yeah, Tor. Oh, ouchie.
Explain to us in the audience what you mean by ready to go with our cheers. Like if somebody didn't know what that meant.
Ooh, ouchie. All right.
How would you explain what that does mean to these new fans?
Yes, I got you. Yes, yes. So I got. Okay. Yeah, Meg. Let's roll it. Yeah. Kenzie Brown. Kens. Me and you, baby. I got you. Yeah, Tor. Hey, I'm middle. Okay, back to you, Amanda. Yeah. Okay, ready to go with the cheers. For example. Yeah, Meg. For example, when we hit a single, we've kind of started ourselves a little 1, 2, 3 Cascade. And the fans at our season ticket event, we were teaching them. And game 1, they were literally ready to go, foaming at the mouth, ready to get a little Cascade off. Yeah, Ken. Come on, Kenzie.
0-1 to Haley Lee.
I thought she got a good little lead on that one.
Sis, of course, you're playing on Father's Day. Your dad threw out the first pitch, 1 of 4, which is always scary when you have multiple first pitches. What was your analysis of his first pitch?
Come on, one, get rid of it. Go!
Oh my goodness! What a play!
Hi, baby. I am. Yeah, man, got a girl. Good. Analysis is my dad is a rock star. I love him, and him and Corby's dad were a little close. The balls did almost hit as they were coming to me and Corby, but hey, we caught him, nothing to see. Dad, I looked up his big old smile, so that's all that matters. Yeah, kids!
First pitch outside to Grace Jenkins. We just showed a picture of you in your Team USA jersey with your dad, of course, which was awesome.
Yeah, baby. I love that guy. He's the best. Wouldn't be here without him, that's for sure. Yeah, kids!
2-0 count. This little Arizona State matchup.
Says, how do you put into words how Kenzie Brown has looked early this season?
She is incredible. And her energy, 9 a.m. yesterday, we had practice. Yeah, kids! With defense. She had already done her PFP, so she was standing off to the side. She was just hollering at us, dancing, yelling. Doesn't matter the time of day. She's ready to go always. And it shows on the mound. She is ready to go. She's got really good stuff, guys. And she's a great teammate. I'm obsessed with her. Yeah! No. Yeah, kids. Keep going, baby. Yes, good. I got you if it takes you. Hey, Meg. Tag that. I'll be here. Ground ball to you.
Sis, we talked to you guys' general manager, Jamie Lopez. She talked specifically about you and Tori as leaders of this team. I'm just curious, how did you kind of put that into motion even before you guys got together at spring training?
Hey, baby. Yeah. Tori is my girl. She heard her name. She's ready to go. She's the best, you guys. She has led me in this league from the moment I got here. And how cool is it that we get to do it together for a brand new franchise? From the beginning, our goal was, man, everybody come in here and feel comfortable to be themselves, and whatever that means. Like, I hope that everybody feels comfortable to just be authentic and who they are, because that's when you play free. And just yesterday, our energy was just a little bit down, so our goal today was to come out and have that energy at 9 a.m. Doesn't matter, the game doesn't care, so I'm really proud of the way that we've showed up today. Yeah, kids! Ken's. Yeah, Kentley. Oh, come on. Oh. Hold.
Runners hold, and the bases are loaded. Sis, we always appreciate the time. Thanks so much. We'll let you get back to it.
Thanks, you guys. Keep going, baby.
Yeah, tough one for Kendra Falby, and that line drive hit to her off the bat of Maya Brady. That ball came off at 79 miles an hour, which is extremely hard. Her having to make a decision if she was going to try to get that one in the air on a line drive or let it fall, and chose to let it fall. And now the bases are loaded for the Spark after a couple of these free passes, which, you know, after that long inning that the Cascade just had where they scored 3 runs, it's a cold day. Kinsey Brown was sitting over in the dugout for an extended period of time with those pitching changes and runs scored and batting through the lineup, and I think that you can kind of tell that her command is a little bit off to start this inning, going against 7, 8, 9, and 2 free passes to 7, 8, 9.
Now the dangerous Sydney Romero, after Brady extends her hit streak to 15 games overall, 9 games this year to start the season. Sid Romero 0 for 1 in this game. Has doubled and homered in the series and driven in 3.
Yeah, this 1 and 2 in the order coming into this game. So Maya Brady and Sydney Romero, 7 for 13 in the first 2 games of this series combined, 4 RBIs. Maya Brady and Sydney Romero have just been so locked in at the plate, the top of this order.
1-1, slapped foul down the left field line. Here is Sydney Romero's last 6 games. So series number 1, she went 1 for 11 at the plate, drove in just 1, but 5 consecutive multi-hit games coming into today. 1-2. Good job by Sydney Stewart behind the plate to block that up. This is an ASU Arizona battery. Brown and Stewart. 2-2. This is ripped into right field and down for a base hit. It will score just 1, but Sydney Romero continues her red-hot start.
Kind of an inside-out swing there. That rise ball trying to get up and in on her hands, and instead Sid's able to get a little barrel to that pitch. Just a good piece of hitting with 2 strikes by Sydney Romero. I feel like I keep saying that about Romero. Good piece of hitting.
Strike 1 to Delaney Wiz.
And if Kinsey Brown wants to work out of this inning, she has to start commanding her drop ball at the bottom of the zone. It's a pitch that's missing too far down. You're seeing Sydney Stewart having to block that pitch a lot. It's just not a competitive pitch this inning. And then being able to get her rise ball, which that was what that pitch was, a little bit more up in the zone. So just lack of command here for Kinsey Brown, how quickly it can change. And you can kind of tell in her body language and her laboring 20 pitches that she's already thrown in this inning, trying to work out of this jam after her team gave her the lead.
Big pitch coming here, 0-2. Attacking Wiz, who fouls that back. I don't ask you this a lot. How would you try to get Delaney here if you're Kinsey Brown?
I'd probably go back to this changeup that she threw earlier in the count too. Just seems like her rise ball, she's not being able to locate it up in the zone. It is a pitch that she struck out Delaney Wiz on in her last AB.
It is down and away. Ball 1. Improvement with runners on and runners in scoring position in game 2. They're already 2 for 2 today in that category. That was really the decider in game 1, 0 for 14 with runners on base.
Doesn't seem to me like Kinsey Brown is getting a good grip on these pitches. Like the ball is slipping out of her hand. She's not able to get underneath pitches. You can always tell too if pitches are supposed to be up and they end up a little bit more down in the zone. She's just not getting underneath it. Not having a good grip on the ball. Just continuing to go to that rag in her back pocket as well. Location down and away there, but some of these pitches missing too far down.
Another 2-2. That miss is too far up. Full count to Wiz. This is a dangerous hitter, knowing that she's likely going to get something to hit here. (3-2). Wiz was ready, but underneath it.
And still thinking about, if you're Kinsey Brown, you're one pitch away from getting out of this inning. Roll a double play to your middle infield that's playing back, or hard ground ball to Megan Grant over there and can turn it.
The off speed, Wiz did not go.
She held back on this changeup, but it's another pitch that does not hit its spot. I think that's a good call.
And now a one-run game, still the bases loaded, and still just one out for Sydney Sherrill.
She's missing right now with all these pitches. It's so interesting. She was rolling 3 up, 3 down in the first and the second inning, and then that long inning where the Spark took their time when they were out on defense, and she's really struggled since then. Maybe the air has changed a little bit here, or seems like things are slipping out of her hand. Now we have a catching situation with Sydney Stewart, maybe a contact issue.
Tori Vidales came in and helped her out, it looks like. And the one out in this inning, remember, is the great play from Megan Grant charging in from third base to retire Haley Lee. Look at this, 22 pitches in the first 2 innings, 28 so far here in the third, that OKC's hoping is long from over. Sherrill swings through it. That was a nice bounce back.
That's the best pitch of the inning right there. 70 miles an hour. It's the hardest pitch, or one of the hardest pitches that she's thrown, and that finally looked like a pitch that was crisp, that she felt it again. That's the pitch that's going to get her back into it.
(2-1). Sherrill pops this up, and Megan Grant does a really nice job to call that quickly, and she's got it for out number 2.
Megan Grant making a couple of outs in this inning. Remember, that's a home run hitter that we were talking about from UCLA. Played right field for the Bruins this past season, but playing a little bit at third base. To Cascade trying to figure out their best lineup.
First pitch swinging from Bubba Nichols-Camarena, and the damage is limited to 2 for Kenzie Brown. 3-2 game as we go to the bottom of the third.
Watching with young daughters, what would your advice be to raising a strong, confident woman?
You know, if your daughter really wants to be good at this, push them every day to be great, but don't just push them, love them every step of the way. They really need that dad love and encouragement and that support, and a little bit of push along the way, I think.
Girl Dads are the best. Happy Father's Day, and thank you for the time.
Indeed.
Chucky.
What a voice, by the way. Get that man in the broadcast booth. Corby Otis is so impressive, both on and off the field. Kenley Cahalan, one of her teammates at Florida, at the plate now. Corby came out last year. There's her and her dad punching a ticket to the Women's College World Series.
Hitting a home run at the World Series. And remember, at the World Series, when you hit a home run, your parents get handed the ball at the World Series. So really special moment that Corby got to have in Oklahoma City. And her parents got to have, her dad got to have.
You mentioned her academic achievements. She's currently in medical school at the University of Florida College of Medicine. This is hit out to left field, where Nichols-Camarena makes the catch to retire Kenley Cahalan. And Bubba Nichols-Camarena making that catch. Now her former 10-and-under teammate, Sis Bates, coming to the plate. These two played together in their youth days out in California.
Our softball world is such a small world. There are so many connections at every level that you come across. It feels big, I think, when you're in the middle of it, but then when you get done with your playing days or kind of look at it from the outside in, it's just such a small world.
Hard hit right at Jessie Warren. Sis has played on the same infield as Warren many years, so she knows all about. Speaking of a loaded draft class, that's what we have seen this year in the AUSL. Kenzie Brown delivers ball 1 to Jessie Warren, and Brown a part of that draft class of just 17 players. 4 of them were drafted by the Portland Cascade. That was the most of any team in the AUSL. Brown has given up just the 2 runs through 3 innings. She has thrown a complete game already this year. There were 15 complete games in the first 12 days of the season. There were 8 all of last year, and part of that is the rookies who have accounted for 7 of those 15 complete games.
The growth of Kenzie Brown since her freshman year at Tulsa before she transferred to Arizona State is kind of mind-boggling. To see her pitch as a pro and be this dominant, and how she ended her senior year at Arizona State is just incredibly impressive. I think there were doubts early on in her career if she'd even be able to pitch at the college level. And year by year, she had gotten better, so she started her career at Tulsa, then transferred to ASU in 2023. Only pitched 74 innings that year. Redshirted in 2024.
Slow roller right back to her, 1 out.
And then her junior year in 2025, that's when she really turned it on. First team All-American, pitched 174 innings, had a 1.28 ERA. That junior year for Kenzie Brown was where everything started to turn. Brought it into her senior year, got drafted to the AUSL, and now has been one of those rookie pitchers who's thrown a complete game, had 10 strikeouts the other day against the Talons. And she has been so good.
Led them to the Big 12 title at Arizona State this year. And then a Game 1 win in Supers in Austin over Texas. You mentioned it really took off as a junior. First team All-American as a junior, second team as a senior. Her last 2 years at Arizona State, 37 wins, 555 strikeouts, and just 342 innings pitched.
Strikeout pitcher, came in to college as more of a down ball pitcher only, and then she was able to develop her pitches more up in the zone, created a couple of different changeups that she used as a senior, a couple of different off-speed pitches. She's really developed her game, but really it was just a down baller, and now you see her throwing a rise ball at 70 miles an hour up in the zone, getting swings and misses up there, complementing those off-speed pitches that she throws. Really, the fact that she can go up, down, and change up consistently and get swings and misses on all 3 of those pitches is what makes her the most impressive.
This is right at Tori Vidales, and 2 quick outs as Brown looks to bounce back. I also love the combo of her and Sydney Stewart. They were essentially rivals in college at Arizona and Arizona State. Now here they are as this great battery in this rookie class in the 2026 season. They faced each other a lot in college. Sydney Stewart hit 2 home runs off of her, but Kenzie Brown struck her out 4 times in 10 at-bats. I'm sure they're both happy to be on the same team now.
Yeah, especially because Arizona and ASU had a series that was just an absolute brawl in the regular season this spring.
Oh man, devastating changeup.
So nasty. And you know, Kenzie Brown has actually been through 2 ankle reconstructions. That's a tough thing to be able to overcome, so she's worked her way through injuries in her career. But it kind of seems to me after she has an injury, she comes back stronger. Maybe after she takes some time off, and I don't know, just it really does seem like after she has an injury, she only comes back stronger in the circle.
Two-1 gets away. Now hitters count here for the 8-hole Haley Lee. We certainly don't want to lose Lee and potentially have Maya Brady either lead off an inning, or if they were to keep it going, have a run-producing opportunity. Brady due up third right now in the hole. That's a great pitch.
Looks so different to start this inning than what the third inning looked like, where she led off that inning with a hit by pitch to Amari Harper, also walked someone in that inning. This is a changeup right at the knees.
Bounced in, a 2-out walk to Lee. And it'll bring up another familiar face for Kenzie Brown, and certainly for Sydney Stewart, in the form of Grace Jenkins, who finished her career at Arizona this year. She faced Kenzie Brown when they played in the regular season, went 2 for 7. And the last time she saw her was in the Big 12 quarterfinal loss. And Jenkins went 1 for 3 with a solo home run. It was the only run Arizona scored in that game. Swinging first pitch.
And maybe lucky for Kenzie Brown, Sydney Stewart is back behind the plate, maybe having a little bit of information on Grace Jenkins to talk to the coaching staff about how to call pitches. They probably looked at a lot of tape on her as well.
Just nasty.
So good. It's an off-speed pitch. She will also throw a true changeup, so that off-speed pitch coming in at 58 miles an hour to change speeds.
0-2. In 9 plate appearances against Brown, Grace Jenkins only struck out 1 time. Tough spot here, though, in the 0-2 count. And she got her. Kenzie Brown responds after a tough third inning. Puts up a 0 with just 1 base runner here.
The rookies, a lot of youth on this Cascade team, and a lot of rookies pitching in to have success early in this season.
You think about one of the best teams in the league right now, the Carolina Blaze. That team's landscape has completely changed because of their 3 rookies. Carlin Pickens, Reese Atwood, and Dakota Kennedy, all off to excellent starts. Reese Atwood just hit a 3-run home run the other day. Carlin Pickens threw a complete game. Lindsey Grind blows that past Kendra Falby to jump ahead 0-2. Bounced into Falby. Haley Lee back behind the plate for the 2nd straight inning. Just outside 2-2 count. Falby slaps that just foul. Lindsey Grind entered this game back in the 2nd inning, so this is her 2nd full inning of work. Went 1-2-3 through the order in the 3rd, and now faces 9-1-2 here in this 4th. Up and in. Falby got a piece of it, maybe unwillingly.
Yeah, we haven't seen a pitching change in a while, which it feels odd in this game considering we saw 3 in the 2nd inning. I have eyes on Ruby Malin warming up behind the left field wall, and then actually Maya Johnson is all the way behind her in the full fence. It's about 300 feet away.
Tapped back to Romero, and she is quick to get the speedster Falby for the 1st out.
So hadn't seen anybody warm up in that far bullpen, but Ruby Malin and Maya Johnson getting in some work right now, but usually they've been pitching just behind the left field walls. So there's Maya Johnson getting loose, kind of on her own out there in the real bullpen. And Ruby Malin was throwing. Saw her just a few seconds ago.
Top of the order, Corby Otis with 1 out, nobody on.
Mentioned that That Blaze team, how well that they played yesterday. Carlin Pickens is looking incredible in the circle. Reese Atwood with a home run. Carlin Pickens and Reese Atwood was the battery that I didn't know I always needed in my life. I mean, a rookie battery with Atwood catching Carlin Pickens. That Blaze team is just starting off so strong. And every time Carlin Pickens throws, it just seems like she's having quick outings. Her Blaze teammates are supporting her with a lot of runs in the circle.
That is probably the scariest part, is the run support that Carlin Pickens is getting right now is way too much for her, for another team to possibly feel like they've got a good chance.
It's a lot. Carlin Pickens throwing 76, 77 miles an hour in the circle. And I just love that her and Reese Atwood are battery mates now. It has been fun to watch.
Otis through the right side, didn't get all of it. They got just enough of it for a base hit. Fourth multi-hit game of the year for Corby Otis. These are the moments that they've wanted to put Megan Grant in, and she's getting more of these opportunities today. Third time she's come to the plate with at least one runner on. She delivered last time with an RBI single.
How about Megan Grant's teammate Taylor Tinsley throwing the complete game yesterday for the Talons? She looked fantastic.
8-0 win for Utah, who just keep on winning despite the fact that they are missing some key pieces on that roster right now. Three UCLA Bruins of the 17 draft picks, Grant, Tinsley, and Jordan Woolery. Grant pops it up. Warren hustling in. Haley Lee slipped on the on-deck circle mat. I don't think she was going to get there. Can Grind retire Grant? 1-2. Grant lifts it to center. Brady goes back to the wall and makes the catch. Two outs. Not entirely out of it. Sid Stewart 0 for 1 with a walk, grounded into a double play her first time up, and didn't fully commit to that, but fouls it off for strike one. Sydney Stewart's dad, Colin, was one of the 4 dads that threw out the first pitch today pregame. He played baseball at San Diego State and Sonoma State. Her mom played softball at Sonoma State. Otis goes. This is a good throw from Lee and a nice tag from Romero. So they get out of the inning, catching Otis stealing.
Haley Lee has not had a lot of time back behind the plate, but this throw is butter. A tough pitch to handle. Kind of a blind transfer and throw, but the toe barely did get in there for that out. Every out against this Spark offense, so critical. You just do not want to let them get things rolling, especially with somebody like Maya Brady leading off this inning. Just kind of feels like late in this game, one-run game. This is a critical inning for Kinsey Brown and the Cascade defense.
Maya Brady leads it off. Brady, Romero, Wiz. As Kinsey Brown falls behind 2-0 in the count. Just a big game overall. These two separated by a game in the standings. We're over a third of the way through this AUSL season. The top 3 teams in the standings will reach the postseason. The number 1 team goes straight to the championship, while the 2nd and 3rd seeded teams will play a 1-game play-in in College Station, Texas. These two teams both right in the thick of it in what feels like the early stages of this season, as Brady takes this to right field. Otis is back, and Maya Brady has done it again. her league best 5th home run of the season. And it ties the game at 3.
She is just so strong. She did not even get, I don't know, 70% of this. She got a little bit jammed. It barely got out of here, but she's just so strong and quick to that inside corner that it is able to have enough on it to get out of the reach of Corbiotis. Distance on that one says just 226 feet. We're talking about a player who last series hit a home run in Chicago that went 310 feet to the right side.
Maya Brady now 5 for 10 in the series, 2 doubles, 2 home runs. She is an elite talent, leading the charge for Oklahoma City. Sid Romero. Ground ball right side. Sis Bates picks it up, 1 out. The other thing Maya Brady's doing, she's becoming very close with our own Anna Camden.
Oh yeah, that's right. Maya's my girl. Hopefully we have a cleaner interview today than we did on Friday. But you are picking up right where you left off on Friday. Take us through that at bat.
Honestly, just trying to compete. She's a great pitcher, and her stuff moves. It's nasty. So just trying to have Lindsay's back. She's pitching a great game, and just really wanting this game for my team.
I'm dying to know who came up with the celebration that you guys do after every single home run.
Okay, I would like to say it's me. My initial thing was like, I wanted a Superman jump and everyone catch, but I think that was a little bit of a hazard. So, you know, we had to revert to the trust fall.
Okay, I love the trust fall. Thanks, Maya.
Effort. It was a group effort.
Chunky.
Humble brag, but it feels like Maya Brady had a big part in their home run celebration. It's kind of the trust fall.
I think we need to get Anna to do the trust fall with the spark at some point. Maybe quick trust. She's not in on the team like they are, where they're really building some trust early this season. But I think that she could trust him, do the trust fall and do the home run celebration.
Here it is.
There. It's more of like a trust lean a little bit because you don't go down too far, but I'm into it. I've seen her do it, what, 5 times now?
Amber Flores might have to draw the line. She said, look, a lean, not a fall.
Yes.
But she does want to see that as much as possible. They have done it more than anyone in the league so far as a team.
Yeah, this offense has just come out hitting more home runs than anybody by a good bit. And Cascade had only given up 1 home run the entire season before this series, or before the game on Friday and today's game, and now they've given up 3 in the last 2 games. It's just because this offense is difficult to hold down. Hit for a lot of power. They can beat you in a lot of different ways, especially this 1 through 4, 1 through 5 in the lineup is tough, but all these offensive categories lead the AUSL.
Those numbers on the rise today. 3 more runs, another home run off the bat of Brady. Wiz sits on the off speed and sends it into center field.
Didn't look too fooled by that changeup at 53.
Coming up Tuesday night, AUSL action continues. Chicago heads to Texas for a 7 Eastern first pitch. Catch it live on ESPNU. You can also stream it on the ESPN app. Both these teams probably sitting there thinking, we need a win. Texas, more than anyone, needs one. They have just 1 win on the season so far. Chicago started to heat up a little bit after they dropped their first 4 games of the season, but still work to do for those 2 squads. Sydney Sherrill at the dish. She was fooled by the off-speed for strike 1.
Cascade might be thinking about some pitching changes here with that Brady home run, the way that Wiz sat on that changeup this 3rd time through the order. And Peyton Gottschall and Sam Landry both were warming up. Now Peyton Gottschall is coming into the dugout, but Sam Landry, who threw the complete game on Thursday, got the win against the Sparks. She's also warming up right now, so maybe time to start thinking about a pitching change for the Cascade. Can see Brown going deep into this game.
Seen Landry, of course, as an elite starter, but also in the closing role. She got the save in Game 2 against Utah in replacement of Kelly Maxwell. There's Landry getting loose out there. Gottschall now back in the dugout. She's ready to go. Peyton Gottschall, after 2 full series, after 7 games even, as the runner goes, and it's an athletic play by Cahalan to go catch it. My goodness.
I don't know how she hung in the air and defied gravity for a half second there. She jumped to get that throw that looked like it was just going to continue to sail out into center field, but she just hangs in the air.
Cheryl stays alive in the full count. As mentioned, Peyton Gottschall in the first 7 games of the season had 2 innings pitched, and she was great in relief. Hadn't allowed an earned run, but she came in Game 2, threw 4 2/3, gave up just 4 hits and 1 earned run, and struck out 4 batters. And the 1 earned was on the Maya Brady home run. She kind of shrugged like, man, that was a good pitch. This is popped up on the infield. Cahalan wants it. She was smiling because Grant was also calling for it.
Well, those two have become fast friends over there. Remember, all rookie left side for Portland, Kenley Cahalan and Megan Grant. And then an all rookie battery that we have going on right here with Brown and Stewart.
First pitch swinging. Cahalan goes back and makes the grab. Well, every time you think they might have figured Kenzie Brown out, she bounces right back. Just 1 run in the inning. Or the end of June into the beginning of July.
Don't forget, there is at least a game on TV every single day from now until July 20th. So check out the AUSL schedule. You can see the matchup every single day and what TV channel to find it on. Something that I stumbled upon, just checking out the schedule. But that's an important fact. You have softball almost every day in June and July.
What do we have? We had 2 or 3 days between the end of the Women's College World Series finals and the pro season. And I think we had maybe a day or 2 off in this season so far, but now we're rolling.
That was it. All playing towards College Station at Davis Diamond at the end of July. And it's going to go by fast. I can't believe that we've already had so many games under our belt, but these standings are getting going and teams are competing for top 3 spot in the standings to head to College Station at the end of July.
This time next weekend, we will be pretty much the halfway point of the season. 25 games for all these teams. We're already past the 3rd mark of the year. This is game number 9 for these two. Fantastic crowd here in Portland on Father's Day. Bounced in, ball 3. Sydney Stewart leads it off, 3-2 count to the slugger out of Arizona. Big 12 Player of the Year there this year for Caitlin Lowe. Big 12 batting champion as well. Back-to-back All-American nods as a Wildcat. Sits on this, didn't get it all, and it's out to Bubba Nichols-Camarena for the first out. Well, we talked about how this Portland team was built. There's a big emphasis on pitching. And so when they went into the draft, their expansion draft, 3 of their top 4 picks were pitchers. They went Landry from the Volts, Carly Hoover from the Blaze, and Peyton Gottschall from the Volts as well. You see Tori Vidales, who steps to the plate now on that list as well. Their final expansion draft pick with the 6th. When you hear us talk about the drafts, the expansion draft was just for the Cascade and the Spark to pick off of the existing team's unprotected players. The allocation draft was all of the remaining players available, and all 6 teams got to make selections.
Well, that's what has made this series so interesting, is that it's both the expansion teams competing against each other. Allocation draft, they went number 1 with, or their number 1 pick with Kelly Maxwell. Mia Davidson and Carly Hoover will join the team very soon, coming over from Japan. So we'll get a veteran catcher back behind the plate, Mia Davidson, and then add to the strength of their pitching staff, bringing in a veteran pitcher and a hard thrower, and Carly Hoover.
So 3 of the top 4 in the expansion draft were pitchers, and then you mentioned Maxwell, the first pick for the Cascade in the allocation draft, also a pitcher. As Vidales goes down on strikes, Lindsey Grine keeps rolling right now for the Spark.
Yeah, not expecting that drop ball. Lindsey Grine is, like we talked about earlier, about 90% rise ball, but mixing in a changeup there and going down the zone with their drop ball. That was one of the best pitch sequences and innings that we've seen Lindsey Grine throw right here in this fifth.
2 outs for Grine already against Allie Newland. Swings first pitch and fouls it away. And we talked the other day, too, that what set all of this in motion was the very first pick in the expansion draft, which was Maya Brady. If she doesn't go to the Spark, very likely Jamie Loprice has her and one of those pitchers that she took with the first 2 picks, Hoover or Landry. And when we went into the draft, we felt pretty strongly those 3 would go first. We just didn't know exactly what order it would be. But Kirk Walker, the general manager for Oklahoma City, set the tone for this team. He went offense first. Brady, McKinney, Romero, Warren didn't take a pitcher until round 5 with Vaughter and only took 1 in the expansion draft.
That was Kirk Walker, the general manager of the Spark, next to Commissioner Kim Ng, having a chat up there on a nice balcony on a cool Portland morning.
Strike 3 on the outside corner. Lindsey Grine is locked in. She's comfortable in the state of Oregon.
That's rise ball on the outside.
Inning rubber match to kick off Father's Day. This was a 9:30 local start here in Hillsboro, Oregon, just outside Portland. Kenzie Brown back out for her 6th inning of work. Any surprises here that she's back in the circle?
No surprises. I could have gone either way. I could have kept Kenzie Brown out there, but I could also see a world that brought in Sam Landry for this 6th inning, maybe trying to get Kenzie Brown through this inning, see how it goes. It's just a tight game, and these hitters on the Spark lineup are so good that, I don't know, I just wanted to have that proactive pitching change to maybe get ahead of more adjustments that they make against Brown, but she's thrown well.
Lindsey Grine for Oklahoma City has thrown superbly out of the bullpen and probably kind of changed their pitching plan. Jesse Warren sends this to right field. Otis is there, 1 out. And with more on Kenzie Brown, let's go down to Anna.
Well, we've seen Kenzie Brown play some great softball this season already, but what not a lot of people knew is that she's actually been under the weather and fighting off some sickness since spring training. She told me this is one of the first series when she's actually felt healthy, and on Thursday night in the dugout, I saw both the athletic trainers and her teammates celebrate her finishing a tissue box because she was feeling better, and she's in. It was the end of her feeling under the weather, which is probably a good thing because this Spark offense is putting her to the test tonight, and she's going to need all that energy.
I love it. The empty tissue box that might go into the early relics from this inaugural season for Portland.
Sign it, date it.
Five and a third today, 4 hits, 3 earned runs for Brown. Now facing Amari Harper for the 3rd time, who was 0 for 1, was hit by a pitch and scored on an RBI single by Sydney Romero. Cascade took a 3-0 lead back in the bottom of the 2nd, but haven't scored since. Harper in the air. Sacco Ferry calls off Cahalan. 2 outs.
I don't think it's this glove that Kenzie Brown is using, but it was the one that she was using at ASU, a different one. She had embroidered on that glove, "Be Someone" today. And it's a quote on Father's Day, so we'll bring up her dad, but it's something that her dad had told her. He was in the military, had all girls, just a different dynamic with her and her sisters growing up. But he said to her, "You have the rest of your life to be nobody, be somebody today." So she had on her glove, "Be Someone" today, that you could see when she would go into her pitch. Just kind of a cool quote on Father's Day. That means a lot from her dad.
Great pitch for strike 1 to Haley Lee. She's certainly been somebody in her softball career and is quickly announcing herself at the professional level as one to keep an eye on. Lee fouls it off, 1-2.
See when she pitches too, Kenzie Brown, she kind of steps off toward the first base side. I think that gives it a different look to these hitters out of her hand, because she so often steps toward first base or toward the outside corner to right-handed hitters.
Wow. Lee swings through it. Strikeout number 5 for Kenzie Brown. And we have a tie ball game going to the bottom of the 6th here in Portland. The Cascade trying to win their first ever home series in the history of this young franchise. Sierra Sacco Ferry leads it off against the new pitcher, Maya Johnson. Spark trying to pull themselves level with the Cascade in the AUSL standings. Portland 5-3, Oklahoma City 4-4. This could be very meaningful because these two teams will only meet 2 more times this year. Those games will be in Oklahoma City on July 4th and 5th. Here's the standings as it is right now.
Everything's pretty tight, with the exception of the bolts down there.
Sierra Sacco Ferry in the left center. Even Brady can't track this one down. And Sierra Sacco has a double.
It's a good sign for Sierra Sacco, hitting 158 entering into this game. Just 3 hits this season, but that swing looks more like her and more like the her that we saw in the 2025 season when she was with the Talons and their leadoff hitter. She looked like that a lot. Extra bases for Sacco to start this inning.
Mentioned Maya Johnson re-entering this game. She started the game but only threw 1 inning. This is sent out into left field. Sacco Ferry being waved around. Here's the throw. It's in time, and she is out at the plate. Cahalan did advance to second. Taraya Flowers most likely just confirming no obstruction or anything on the play.
It is an aggressive call at third base. Yeah, so what you're looking for here for this obstruction that Taraya Flowers is hoping for on this call, and a big reason too why she likely was so aggressive and sent Sierra Sacco there. You have a new catcher back behind the plate, Haley Lee, who hasn't had a lot of catching so far this season. It's been Delaney Wiz, so aggressive just to make the Spark make a play. However, that throw took Haley Lee to the first base side of home plate, so the throw already kind of naturally took her out of an obstruction position. This is not going to be obstruction to me. I don't even need to see another replay, and it's a quick one.
After review, the call in the field stands. There's no obstruction. Runners out.
So once Haley Lee has possession of the ball, she can block do anything she wants to block the bag. So clearly that throw took her to the first base side. She is well out of obstruction territory, blocking the leading edge of home plate. No problem at all, and after 2 hits in a row off of Maya Johnson, another quick pitching change to get Lindsey Grine right back in there as subs can re-enter the game, which is different than the college game. So Maya Johnson was a starting pitcher for the Spark. She's now going to be burned because it's the second time that she's exited the game. This is the second time that Lindsey Grine is entering into the game, so once she leaves again, she will be burned. But it's different than the college rules, and it allows for a lot more pitching changes and not just having to use the flex rule like what Texas Tech did with Caitlin Terry and Nyjah Kennedy. A lot more flexibility with the pitching staff here for the Spark like we've seen.
So Johnson's day is done. Runner on second base, 1 out, and it is Sis Bates that will come to the plate against Lindsey Grine. Here are her numbers so far today. 3 1/3, 1 hit, no walks, no runs, and 2 strikeouts. Lindsey Grine probably putting together her best performance as a pro to this point in her rookie season.
Absolutely, and 8-9 in this game for the Cascade have not gotten a hit. That's an aggressive call by Tariah Flowers on a very shallow ball to left field. Bubba Nichols-Camarena just came up throwing. Haley Lee played that. A lot of things have to go right for that play, but a really shallow hit as Sierra Sacco wasn't even to third base by the time that Bubba Nichols had that ball.
And nobody out in the inning on that play. Now obviously one out for Sis Bates, who takes a first pitch strike. Can Sis get something through the infield to potentially give Cahalan a chance to score?
Well, this is a big opportunity for the Cascade, too, when you look ahead to the top of the 7th inning with who the Spark have due up. 9-1-2 for the Spark. So I want to try to get ahead of this with an opportunity with runners in scoring position. They are 2 for 8 so far today.
Sis Bates taps that to the left side. Romero retires her, and now 2 outs. What looked like a very promising start to the inning is now in danger of not producing anything for the Cascade. Kendra Falby, the last chance. It's a rare first pitch take for Kendra Falby, who swings at the first pitch over 56% of the time. Swings here, back to Grine. Oh, what an excellent performance so far today for Lindsey Grine, who twice has come in relief and thrown 4 in the 5th with a solo home run, her 5th of the year. That leads the league. For the Cascade, the good news is Corby Otis and Megan Grant will come up to lead off the bottom of the 7th, and they have been excellent today. The bad news is Maya Brady's due up second this inning for Oklahoma City. A lot of good and bad right now.
I mean, think about how game 1 kind of felt all Cascade. Game 2, kind of in game 3 for this rubber game, trying to decide the series, has just been so even. Tie game going into 7th.
Kenzie Brown remains and misses ball 1 to Grace Jenkins. That misses outside. 2-0 count. Oklahoma City has played in a decisive game 3 in each of their first 2 series. They beat the Volts in game 3. They lost to the Bandits in game 3. As you look at their offense today, 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Better in the last couple games as Grace Jenkins delivers with a leadoff single here in the 7th.
I think about making a pitching change to face the top of the order here with Maya Brady coming up.
Sam Landry is lurking right by the fence, and she starts her walk in from the bullpen. Tariah Flowers out talking to our home plate umpire, Alex Leap. And they will make a change with Maya Brady stepping up to the plate.
It just hit a home run off of Kenzie Brown in her last at bat. Didn't get all of it, but got enough of it, trying to work her up and in. I mean, you look at the 2 home runs that Maya Brady has hit in this series. One is below her knees, and then one is above her hands. It's her ability to handle all sorts of pitches right now. In, out, up, down, change up, hard stuff. She's completely locked in. That's a big reason they are going to bring in a different look to face her and the top of the order for the Spark. She has been, I mean, unbelievable to start the season.
Just seems to love these moments as she tries to get ready to time up Sam Landry, who has just been excellent after her first start of the season. So this will be appearance number 5 of the year for Sam Landry. Her last 3 outings, 2 complete games, 1 earned run, and a save against the Talons, and she will go for it today in what would be a win situation if they can come away with it. And just a reminder as well, Banana Ball will start over on ESPN2, and then we'll get you there at the conclusion of this one.
Sam Landry looked very comfortable on Thursday night after that first inning, and she's been throwing really well, relying a lot on her drop ball, coming in with her screw, being able to change speeds with her changeup. After her first start of the season, she has just been a different pitcher, making adjustments, attacking more, walking fewer hitters, pitching more with more of that attack mentality.
Very solid performance from the rookie Kenzie Brown. She makes way for Sam Landry. Last two starts, here they are. 14 innings pitched, 1 earned run. If you throw in the relief performance against the Talents, it's 14 2/3 with 1 earned run. So a sub .5 ERA in her last 3 appearances.
Nice option to have coming out of your bullpen, especially the fact that she hasn't pitched since Thursday, so had Friday and yesterday off.
Landry versus Brady. Number 1 in the expansion draft at the plate, number 2 in the expansion draft in the circle. I just wonder too, will you look back on this game in a few weeks' time and say that was the difference in who made the playoffs and who didn't? Brady ground ball. Sis Bates backs up. The toss to second was not in time, and it's first and second with nobody out. KK Madry, the pinch runner, really the reason that's not an out right now.
Just got such a good jump, quick speed to be able to force Cascade to not get an out here. Sis Bates takes that 1 extra step back, and Madry is just being able to not slow down, goes hard into second.
Sid Romero showing bunt and fouls it back. They try and advance both of these runners into scoring position with Delaney Wiz on deck, Sydney Sherrill in the hole. Sid Romero 1 for 3 today. See if she tries to bunt again.
Nice stop by Stewart. This is just a very difficult situation for Sam Landry to enter into, but one that you just absolutely love if you're a pitcher late in this game trying to win your first home series. Stewart able to grab that pitch away from her. The top of the lineup, Maya Brady and Sydney Romero have been seeing the ball so well and getting out on that last ground ball that you thought you should have. This is going to be a tough one for Sam Landry to wiggle out of if she can.
Two 2-1 inside. Now a 3-1 count to Romero, who is trying to extend a 5-game multi-hit streak. Homered in game 2. Has driven in 4 runs in the series. And takes outside. Bases loaded, nobody out. Delaney Wiz had 2 walk-off hits last year as a member of the Chicago Bandits. Now trying to be the game winner today. Would not be a walk-off, but could potentially be a game-winning hit.
Well, an infield is going to be playing in. Earlier in this situation, they likely would have been playing back, trying to turn the double play, had a lot of game left. But with where we're at in this game in the 7th inning, the infield trying to cut down a run at home, which a double play opportunity presents itself there. Got to be quick to home and then quick to first.
Especially quick to home with KK Madry, the pinch runner, who, again, there would be 1 out in this inning likely had they not made that move. But Madry's speed was too quick for Sis Bates to get the force out moments ago at second. 0-2 from Landry. Ground ball, foul.
And luckily with Sam Landry, her drop ball is her most used pitch at this point in the season. So a ball that's moving down in the zone can create ground balls for her infield, likely how they'll be throwing in this situation. Ball 1 outside. said that Sydney Stewart was setting up for an inside drop ball, and that one it was a drop ball, but it got pulled more toward the outside corner. Close enough to be a strike, just on the other side of the plate.
Maybe awkward too, with the catcher kind of lunging to get to it.
She's kind of yanking everything, Sam Landry, as you're seeing Stewart have to reach a few balls off the plate for that changeup, and her drop ball needs to just stay on line here.
In the air and out of play. The sun is all of a sudden popped out, and there's very few clouds that we can see from our vantage point. Wiz takes, crowd wanted it, Landry wanted it. Instead, it's a full count.
What a take. I do think that this is a ball. I know the fans want it, but what a take by Delaney Wiz on that changeup. If it would have been a half ball more up, I think it would have been a strike, but that is a great take by Wiz.
Pitch 8 of the at-bat. Another foul ball. Delaney Wiz is just relentless at the plate right now in the biggest moment of this game. Who's going to win this crucial battle? Bases loaded, nobody out. Another 3-2. Ground ball, Grant coming home, and they get the out. It was a tough angle for Grant right on the line, but her and Sydney Stewart come up big without number one.
That is such a difficult throw by Megan Grant, and the position that she was at in the field, throwing around the base runner, and just the intensity, knowing that one run can win this game. This throw has to be perfect, and it was. This is the only spot she could have put it.
Landry wins a very long at bat with Delaney Wiz. Now faces Sydney Sherrill, the cleanup hitter. Takes strike one. Sherrill fouls it back. Now she's behind 0-2 in the count. Portland had won 5 straight before the Game 2 loss. It's the second longest streak in AUSL history.
A block by Sydney Stewart. She has just been working really hard back behind the plate. There have been moments of wildness Sam Landry has shown her, and she's understanding her job back behind the plate right now is to be a complete wall for Landry and help her get comfortable.
Off speed, Sherrill into left. Sacco Ferry coming on, and they won't test the arm, and a wise decision. That was a laser home. 2 outs.
Call me crazy, but I feel like this is the type of inning where you start to win over some more Portland fans. Seeing your team fight like this late in the game, make outs, get behind Sam Landry in this Cascade defense here in the 7th inning in a tie game, you know they're getting into it.
First pitch strike to Bubba Nichols, Camarena. Sam Landry trying to bear down and get out of the bases loaded jam against the toughest part of the Spark order. Outside ball one.
Lori Heberling, the pitching coach and assistant coach for the Cascade, calling pitches and doing a great job here working with Sam Landry, understanding what's working right now, where she's pulling some pitches and trying to get her as comfortable as possible. And just being able to rely on that drop ball in this bases loaded situation.
This would be a massive momentum swing for the Cascade, who have their 1, 2, and 3 hitters coming up in the bottom of the 7th. 1-2 pitch from Landry.
This is where these Cascade fans need to be on their feet right now. You're in the SEC in one of these games. Those fans know their softball. They're up on their feet, being loud for their defense. I wish this entire bowl of fans were up on their feet cheering for their home team right now.
Just a piece of it from Bubba.
You want the Cascade players to kind of do the motion of like, stand up, let's go. They're trying to get into it. It's a big moment, trying to win this home opener series and teach these fans what Cascade softball is all about.
Another 2-2. Ground ball. Grant got a glove to it to keep it on the infield, but Brady scores. OKC in front. Or no. They are going to say the inning is over. Oklahoma City waiting for an explanation, as are we.
The runner was called out for the look-back rule. Third out of the inning.
So runner will score. They're saying that the runner, I guess at third base, was off. Chuck, you never see this at any. This is so rare to see a mistake like that and to see the rule like that called. But I think they did get it right now that we had that wider look.
Oklahoma City still leads. It's 4-3, bottom of the seventh. So last chance for Portland, but it comes at the top of their order. Corby Otis, Megan Grant, Sydney Stewart. Otis has reached all 3 times with a pair of singles and a hit by pitch. Grant has reached twice and Stewart once. 2-1 count against Lindsey Grine, who has been excellent out of the bullpen for Oklahoma City. 4 innings, 1 hit, no walks, 2 strikeouts, and no runs. Otis into shallow right center. Maya Brady all the way in on the dirt-colored turf to make the catch. Feels ridiculous to say that's a fly out to center in the scorebook.
It was awkward to write that one down. She really took control, covered a lot of ground.
Here's Megan Grant. Takes ball 1 low. What can you not do if you're Lindsey Grine in this at-bat against Megan Grant?
I would say come inside and leave 1 over the heart of the plate. They're going to be working her in the outside corner consistently. And being able to change speeds like that, she's not thrown that changeup a ton, but that was exactly where it needed to be. She has just had a fantastic relief outing.
Hit a solo home run, the lone run of game 2 for Portland. She has hit 3 in her career.
I mean, you just see even before the pitch call comes in, Haley Lee is already setting up on the outside corner. They know exactly how they've been wanting to attack Megan Grant, not come inside at all. If Megan Grant wants to find a way on, she's going to have to deal with this outer half.
3-1.
And she can take it the opposite way, too. Even more so this year, her senior year at UCLA, than any other year. She was able to use the middle to left side of the field.
Bounced in. Grant is on. Winning run. Steps to the plate.
And that's just, too, Chucky, the presence that Megan Grant has in the box. That tight game, 1-run game. You just really don't want to make a mistake. You don't want anything to do with her, so it turns into a base runner for the Cascade when they need a run here.
Kennedy Powell will enter as a pinch runner over at first base with 1 out, and Sydney Stewart at the plate. This year's Big 12 Player of the Year and batting champion. Stewart and Vidales due up. Wow, first pitch off speed for strike 1. Low, ball 1 to Stewart. 0 for 2 with a walk, grounded into a double play, exactly what Lindsey Grind would like to see right here. That was back in her first at bat of the day. Grind is going to hear from OKC coaching staff. Courtney Oliver Elkins. Sydney Stewart is as dangerous as they come. She has been robbed of a home run this year by Jada Coleman. She's been robbed of a ball that probably would have hit off the wall earlier in this series by Maya Brady. So the swings have been there, the results have not.
I love this conversation going on between Sydney Stewart and Tori Vidales. Tori Vidales, one of the oldest vets in the league, definitely on this team, giving advice to Sydney Stewart, the kind of thing that gives you goosebumps about what that conversation was like, and somebody with a ton of experience trying to get into the mind and confidence of Sydney Stewart in this big situation, her rookie season.
Here we go on the 1-1. Inside ball 2. What a day it could be for Sydney Stewart. She caught the first pitch from her dad pregame. He was there when she got her golden ticket at Arizona from Jenny Finch. Three and 1. Lindsey Grind so intense in the circle. Tough spot here. Hitters count for Stewart. Takes the off speed on the outside corner, full count.
In this inning, she's completely pitching against her scouting report, going to her drop and her changeup more often. Usually she is a rise ball pitcher, but she's not using it at all.
Stewart takes back-to-back walks.
Which is a big ask of a pitcher, right? To go away from her comfort zone, but to give these hitters a different look by going to her drop and her changeup, 2 pitches that she's not as comfortable with as her rise ball, leading to potentially a couple of walks there. Grant and Stewart, back-to-back hitters.
That is going to force a pitching change, and we will see all 5 arms today for Oklahoma City. Grind was excellent, but her day ends right here, and it's Ruby Malin coming in to try to get the 2-out save.
My scorecard is just a mess trying to keep up with these pitching changes. I need a new system. I'm just not really cut out for this, because we just don't see it a lot, but we're seeing it more often lately between Texas Tech and Oklahoma City Spark.
The crowd here in Portland trying to get the Let's Go Cascade chant going. You said it, the players getting them into it as well.
I don't know, I still need to see them on their feet in this situation. I need these fans getting up, getting into this game, creating an even better home environment. We've had a couple of sellouts in this series, but in a game like this, we got to be up on our feet. Let's go.
All 3 games this weekend in Portland have been sellouts. They will head to Texas, have about 4 full days off before they play the Volts in Round Rock, as we get a look at Ruby Malin, who we saw not at all so far in this series. Saw her more in Chicago earlier this week. Rookie out of Oklahoma State, made 3 appearances.
Love that.
Couple starts, 1 in each series and 1 relief.
Remember, coming into this series, Oklahoma City Spark, or I should say coming into the win that they had on Friday, 3 losses in a row. They had a run rule loss against Chicago, a walk-off loss against Chicago, lost that series, and then a shutout loss in game 1 of this series here. So they've been put into some tough situations these past few games, just trying series in a row.
And we did see Ruby in game 1 through 1 1/3, 1 hit, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. The strikeout numbers have been really good for Ruby Malin early in her rookie campaign. Tori, first pitch swinging, and Malin will go to first. It's a low throw handled by Delaney Wiz, who's now over at first base. So the last chance with runners on second and third will be a pinch hitter, and it's going to be one of the pitchers, a former two-way player at Oregon State, Mariah Masson, who is out of the reserve athlete pool, filling the void of Carly Hoover right now. This could be Mariah's last game as a member of this Cascade team, with Hoover expected to return in the coming days. Winning run on second base. It's a pinch runner, Kelly Torres. Tying run at third in the form of Kennedy Powell. First pitch strike to Masson, who is a fifth-year pro, was a 70-game winner, and hit .327 with 21 home runs in her Oregon State career. Swinging, slow roller, first base side, whizzed, places the tag, and Oklahoma City gets the job done. They win the series, and Ruby Malin comes in and gets the two-out save.
It's a big win for the Oklahoma City Spark. Coming in here on the road after a series loss in Chicago, winning this series, a one-run win, fighting till the end using their complete rookie pitching staff in an unusual way that they figured out